As the full-scale invasion of Ukraine by Russia persists, Western support for Ukraine has continually expanded, encompassing the provision of advanced weaponry, long-range missiles, cluster munitions, and fighter jets, measures once deemed unthinkable. However, there exists a significant exception. Western governments have been unwilling to utilize the substantial amounts of Russian state assets frozen in their financial systems to aid the victims of the Kremlin's war. Despite the compelling moral, legal, and strategic case for doing so, the opportunity to seize these assets remains untapped. At the outset of the conflict, G7 countries and their allies collectively froze Russian Central Bank (CBR) reserves held in their jurisdictions. This coordinated move effectively denied Russia access to these assets, which, while their exact value remains undisclosed, is estimated to exceed $300 billion, twice the current GDP of Ukraine. Throughout the invasion, Russia has inflicted over $400 billion in damages on Ukraine, committing numerous alleged war crimes. With Ukraine's national income plummeting by a third, continuous financial support is crucial. While the West has generously provided over $150 billion in financial and military aid, there are limitations to available resources. President Vladimir Putin remains confident that Russia can outlast its adversaries, banking on the notion that the war will prove too costly for the West. The solution is apparent: utilize Russia's frozen assets to compensate the victims of its aggression and alleviate the financial burden on Western taxpayers. Western governments took bold risks in providing military support and imposing sanctions, yet the dormant state of Russia's CBR assets remains unaddressed. The reluctance to openly debate this issue seems rooted in four concerns. The first concern is legal, asserting that state assets enjoy sovereign immunity under international law and cannot be seized. However, international law offers a solution, considering asset seizure as a proportionate countermeasure to a grave breach of international norms, clearly evident in Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The remaining concerns are policy-related, questioning the potential costs and precedents set by seizing Russian state assets. Policymakers fear undermining Western currencies, setting a bad precedent for hostile states, and deterring other states from depositing reserves in Western banking systems. However, coordinated action by the G7 and their partners could effectively mitigate these concerns, showcasing the strength of the Western Bloc. Despite more than a year of hesitation, the G7's declared policy in May, keeping Russia's assets immobilized until compensation for the damage to Ukraine is paid, is unlikely to succeed. Russia's reluctance to compensate and the urgency of Ukraine's needs necessitate a re-evaluation of this approach. While some progress is being made by individual countries like Canada and the US, and the EU is exploring investment options, the amounts involved remain trivial compared to Ukraine's requirements. The Western world faces a grand strategic failure if it does not act promptly. Seizing CBR assets would not only provide substantial financial resources for Ukraine but also signal Western resolve to the Kremlin. With budget disputes in Washington and Brussels jeopardizing future funding for Kyiv, boldness and creativity in the financial realm are imperative. It is time to match the commitment to Ukraine with tangible means, demonstrating the same boldness and creativity in finance as has been shown in security matters. The war of attrition demands decisive action without further hesitation.